Are you familiar with the Conduit?
Little terrorist organization. What of it?
Well, have you ever heard about it still being around?
I'm sure the ideology still thrives in places. The lure of artificial intelligence will never be fully diminished.
Right, but you're not aware of anyone being more than a little interested.
If you're asking me, would I report a terrorist if I knew one, the answer is yes. But currently, I don't.
Okay, thanks.
And then the Free Church of Epos.
What's your opinion on the Free Church of Epos?
I try to steer clear of those people. Any form of superstition, religious or otherwise, is of no interest to me.
And boom.
So this is how Leonard's tattoo turned out.
Interesting. What does it mean?
Your guess is as good as mine.
It looks like one of those runes Maya liked to litter the town with.
Oh, wait, that's her doing?
Yes. As I understand it, she was a major voice on the building committee.
Huh. I've been wondering where all those symbols came from.
Yeah. Me, personally, I like the aesthetic. I think it gives the town a distinct look.
Definitely. The tattoo doesn't look runic to me, though, but I'll keep your theory in mind.
There we go.
That's enough questions for now.
Okie
Okie dokie. So where could I go? The church? I don't even know where that would be. Oh, hey, look who it is.
Looks busy. I'll leave him to his work.
Aw, I wanted to talk to him again. It's been a while. Wait, I don't understand what she means. Like, littered the city with? It was a tree. Of sorts.
What do you know? He was painting fractals after all.
Hey, I was right. Hey, yeah. I don't know what she was on about. Like, I've not seen that rune littered all over town. The, Maya's done. Oh, right, yeah, we have been here. It's the Poem Man.
Change of venue?
Yes, this is where the recital will take place later. Great acoustics.
Ah, can I have a little foretaste?
Very well. The same wind, my dear. The same wind. Shook the walls of Jericho. Dried your tears. No Lee to be found. No trust, nor joy. This fire you were set to guard, and I to rest by its side. Your books and notes in disarray. It all seeks to delay us, while you face increasing chaos.
Ooh.
That was great. I love the ending.
You're too kind.
Well, there we go. Yeah, I didn't realize this was the mall. What are you? Who are you? Aside from a creepy looking man. Hey, bird. Pictures, candles. Oh, is this the church, by chance?
Those are members of the church. I don't recognize any of them. A neat row of candles, probably for ceremonial use.
I definitely read that as commercial. Probably for commercial use.
A fancy-looking E. It's the Epos logo, I believe.
E. Okay.
Hi there.
Greetings, and welcome to the Free Church of Epos.
Hey, it's this guy.
If you wish, you can enter our public prayer room to the right for some silent contemplation.
Alright, thanks. What about the rest of the church?
The other areas are off limits to non-members.
I have official police business, though. Special Agent England.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you pass. You're gonna need papers. This is a diplomatic sanctuary.
There's no time for that. I'm trying to solve a triple homicide.
I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am, but I can assure you that there are no murderers here. I'd suggest you take this up with your superior.
There's no time to mess around with paperwork. I'll need to take things into my own hands.
Good job I have a handy-dandy cloak ability now,
I
innit?
need to get out of sight first.
Oh, yeah. Haha, surprise! I like how we could just waltz on in. Oh, this is bad. What the hell is that? Framed quote.
Thou Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Exodus 23. Suppose it wouldn't be a church without a Bible quote or two. Sturdy-looking filing cabinet.
Pictures? As long as I remain
Looks like a timeline of how the EPO seal has changed over the years.
invisible. Oh. That third one is the tattoo. Third logo.
The third version of the EPO's logo, designed about 15 years ago. No way. It's the tattoo design. That must mean Leonard is a member of EPO's. Or, well, he was, at some point at least.
In the last 15 years. Ew.
I'll get rid of the sketch, now that I've identified the symbol.
Yeah, it's the EPOS logo. Go away. It's weird that I'm just invisible, but it's fine.
It says LD on this box right here.
Leonard Dahl.
That's gotta be Leonard Dahl. Locked, obviously.
I need to remember to put cloak back on.
It's the key I found in the
Yeah, because otherwise I'll get shot, probably.
Got a written piece of paper.
Oh,
Grandmaster Otto, if you are reading this, it means that I have failed.
Grandmaster.
I'm sorry, but I didn't want to involve the church unless absolutely necessary. My brother has some things for you. They will be self-explanatory. I told him to only give them up to the person who repeats the famous quote from my favorite book. I'm sure you remember. Blessings from Leonard, your most humble and loyal servant. Seems like Leonard was up to something shady. I'll have to find his brother and figure out what the quote is.
Leonard's brother. Was it?
It's filling up fast and should overflow soon.
Oh, good. Back to the hallway.
All right, let's see if this works.
I don't really know what we're doing.
What the heck?
Oh.
That should keep him busy for a while. Sturdy-looking filing cabinet.
Can I move it?
Sturdy-looking filing cabinet.
No. Oh, hang on.
A ventilation panel. Can't reach it from here.
I was going to use it to block the doorway. There we go.
The hell is that noise?
Shit.
We've got an intruder!
Ah, right, I see.
A ventilation panel.
You meant to wait for the noise. Oh, crap. Hang on. Are you kidding?
All right, it's loose now.
There we go. One more. There we go. One more. Of course. We good now? Hey! There we go. Oh, what the hell? Nothing up there I can look at. Big vent.
6 new members over the last month.
What the heck?
The Bacarbo parish is also doing better now.
Is that guy from the train?
They managed to
It
resolve
is.
their financial difficulties.
Oh yes, Elsa is doing great work there. Sending her on our behalf was the right call. That brings us to the subject of these horrid murders.
Vile acts, for certain. I pray that the church will stay clear of any blame.
Why shouldn't it? We had nothing to do with those atrocities.
I know that, old friend. But surely our enemies will not ignore an opportunity like this.
I suppose so. Our violent past coming back to haunt us.
Sadly, the fact that one of our people was victimized will inevitably draw eyes upon the church.
Yes, maybe it's in our best interest to invite the police as a gesture of good faith.
It would certainly show them that we have nothing to hide.
Very well. Let's bring the subject to a vote at the council tonight.
I just realized we're in the top left.
At the very least, it seems like the church leadership didn't sanction the murders. I'll wait a bit and see if they leave.
Where can I go?
Administrative paperwork. I don't think it's safe to go back that way.
I wasn't wanting to go back. Bookshelves, bookshelves.
Wow, that's a lot of books. They have an impressive library here. Wow.
I guess leave.
Welcome, visitor. Special Agent, Violent Crimes Central Bureau.
Oh, it's you again. The man from the train.
Indeed. I never forget a face, but I'm afraid I didn't catch your name.
It's Agent England.
I am Vilgood. I assume you are aware of our legal status.
Yes, I've been informed. But tell me this. If you had nothing to hide, why would you invoke said legal status?
A church needn't have things to hide to be protective of its privacy. But to prove you wrong, I'll answer any questions you might have.
Okay.
Right. I'll take you up on that.
Carl's murder.
What do you know about the murder in the workshop hall?
Not much at all. Only that a carpenter was brutally killed there in the night.
Maya?
What do you know about the murder in the museum?
Only what my fellow church members have told me. That Maya Strand was stabbed to death by a mysterious killer.
Conduit.
What's your take on the conduit?
Oh, those heretics? Haven't heard anything of them in many years. As far as I know, they are firmly confined to the ash heap of history by now.
Some might argue with that. Your church has a violent past with them, hasn't it?
There's no denying that. We fought many battles with their kind in the youth of our movement.
And now?
Don't be absurd. They are practically eradicated, and we have been a peaceful group for decades.
What do you think about their teachings then?
Certainly dangerous doctrines if left unchecked. The conduit believes humans will create God in their image, instead of the other way around. In their folly, they forget that humans are flawed, and that their creations will inevitably inherit those flaws. The false God they aspire to create may demand sacrifices they're not prepared for.
That's murder.
So Leonard Dahl, one of your members, was killed yesterday.
I had a feeling your inquiry would lead us to him.
Can you think of anyone who would want him dead?
No. He was a loyal member of the church for many years. Kind of a loner, but always helpful and polite. He did have a strangeness to him, though. A look in his eyes like he was stuck in perpetual contemplation. It seemed as if he was constantly on the verge of, but never quite able to reach, some sort of profound revelation.
Any hint of a violent side to him?
No. To my knowledge, Leonard never committed any violence, nor did he express any desire to do so.
Where he was a very good boy. The Church of Evos.
This church, EPOS, what are your teachings?
At our core, we are an Orthodox Christian church. We believe in the one true God and His only Son, Jesus Christ.
And what sets your group apart from other Christians?
Two things. The reverence of the essential humanity in each and every one of us, and our stalwart opposition to false idols. Prior to the collapse, the great flood of our time, we arose as a reaction to the disgraceful habits of that era. The widespread worship of anything and everything but God. Wealth, fame, mindless pleasure. The sickening mutilation of our bodies to the point where some were more machine than human. And the worst of all, the pursuit of AI superintelligences. False gods that humans aspired to construct for themselves. We oppose it all for the glory of our Creator and the salvation in our future.
And how do you go about preventing people from worshipping these false gods?
Not by violence, if that's what you're implying. Such things belong to the past.
So it's just a coincidence that the only armed man I've seen in Nordson was right behind your doors?
Sadly, the world is still in a state where men with guns are a necessary evil. However, no laws have been broken. We have every right to bear arms.
And the book quote. Oh, actually, we have. Oh god, a lot of stuff.
Do you know what kinds of books Leonard liked to read?
One book he borrowed frequently was The Kingdom of God is Within You. In fact, it still hasn't been returned. It should be among his estate.
Would you be able to say if he had any favorite quotes from that book?
No, you should ask someone who spent more time with him.
Fine, I'll do that. What kind of book is it anyway?
It's about non-violence, to summarize.
Got it. Thanks.
Now we can ask about all the others.
What do you know about Carl Oscarson?
I must confess I didn't even know his name before I heard he was a murder victim.
Damn.
What do you think of Gabriel?
Brutal.
Kurt's nephew. We only met briefly a few times.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is, the school teacher? She also calls herself Melinda.
I believe I've seen her around town with the school children, but I don't know much about her.
What do you think of Walter?
I don't know him well, but he seems like the kind of man who plays the part of the clown to hide a deep wound.
What do you think of Commissary Anderson?
He's no member of the church, but he's a fine man blessed with strong Christian morals. Compassionate, forgiving, and open-minded. I was good friends with his late father, and I'm glad to see that his son followed in his footsteps.
What do you think of Commissary
Damn it. I keep doing that.
What's your opinion on Stina
Just a
Ruth?
click too soon.
Cunning woman, that one. She's been a thorn in our side ever since she joined the town council.
Yeah? How so?
She has a penchant for political obstruction. Things like hindering our building permits or imposing unreasonable restrictions on our street preaching.
Why do you think she's been acting that way?
If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say she has some kind of grudge. Some Christian out there must have greatly angered her at some point.
What's your opinion on Dr. Pearson?
He and I have quite different takes on life and death, to put it lightly.
Yeah, he enjoys dead
Alas,
people.
a man of my age needs to see a physician regularly to keep the grim reaper at bay. So I grit my teeth and endure half an hour of his morbid humor for the sake of my health.
That's what we're doing, I guess.
What's your opinion on Maya Strand?
She was my polar opposite in almost every way. But I enjoyed the occasional late-night chess game with her in the canteen. It's fascinating how trivial activities like board games can bring such different people together. Goes without saying that I was as shocked and appalled as anyone when I learned of what happened to her.
Isn't that given? I don't know why you'd have to state that. I don't know, just stuff like that I always find really weird. Like, obviously you would be shocked and appalled and sad. So you wouldn't jump for joy, now would you? Leonard's brother.
Do you know who Leonard Dahl's brother is?
I believe his name is Rolf.
Oh.
Quite a shady character, if you ask me.
Oh, the gardener, right?
Yes, that's him.
Yes. Oh. Now there we go, we can now ask about Rolf.
What can you tell me about Rolf?
Not my favorite person. He mocked the Lord when I first met him, and I don't take kindly to that sort of behavior.
That's all, for now.
Understood. I'll be here if you have more inquiries.
Well, that's nice of you. Cool. Now he's going back to his seat. I think he was going back to his seat. Oh, we're now here.
Oh, the passage led back here.
Oh.
Good. Since I left the door unlocked behind me, I'll be able to come back the same way.
Well, that's useful at least. Right, so we should go to the recycling center to see if I can find that book. Where would it be? There are, there's books up there. There we go.
it is, the book from the library. Got it.
Leonard's book.
The Kingdom of God is Within You by Leo Tolstoy. This looks ancient, pre-collapse for sure. A number of pages are marked in the margins, likely to easily find them. Even if one of the marked pages contains the quote I need, there's too much text. I'll need more to go on. Maybe someone who had regular contact with Leonard would know the quote if they saw it.
Do we need to go and speak with what's his face? Meow. I don't remember what his name was. It was the guy that told us about what happened to Leonard. And also proceeded to have a panic attack. Yeah, that man. Where's the... I think it was him that we first met in the canteen, wasn't it? Actually, it should be over here, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. He's either in the canteen or the cafe. He's not in the plant, so you know. I noticed someone different. But yeah, here he is. Hair trading.
Hi there.
Hello, stranger.
Oh.
Newcomer, right? What brings you to town?
Is it that obvious? I'm here for matters of the faith, you could say.
I understand. Well, best of luck with that. Hey there. How are you holding up?
Oh, you again. I'm doing okay. Any luck with the case?
Some. Have time for more questions?
I suppose.
I suppose. Oh, there we go. I can ask everything.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
A little bit. We both grew up here in town, but we weren't friends or anything. He seemed like the last person you'd think would get murdered, though. Wouldn't hurt a fly.
What's your opinion on Gabriel?
I couldn't say. I've had very little contact with him.
That's a good thing, at least.
Do you know Katarina Berg, the teacher?
No, I have no idea who that is.
What do you think of Volter?
Oh man, he's hilarious, but some of his robots really give me the creeps.
Everybody loves Volta.
What's your opinion on Commissary Anderson?
I normally don't have much contact with the police, but from what I can tell, he does a fine job.
What do you think of Stina Ruth, the councilwoman?
Never met her, but I'm not much for politics. I have enough to worry about down here in the real world.
Yeah, I feel that.
Did you know Maya Strand?
I didn't, but I wonder how the museum will recover from her death.
I don't know if it
The
will.
driving spirit of that place, and I can't think of anyone who'd be willing to pick up the reins.
What's your view of Dr. Pearson?
He's as weird as they come, but everyone knows that. He's a fine doctor anyway.
So tell me what you know about Leonard.
We already went through this. I don't have anything new to add.
Okay.
Do you know Rolf, the plant master?
Sure, he brings our gardening waste to the recycling center every week. He's kind of an asshole, though. Always seems to be trying to rip you off.
What else? Oh.
Do you know anything about the murder of Carl Oscarson?
Not really, just hearsay. I'm sure you've heard it all before.
I am working the case, so what do you expect?
Do you know anything about the murder of Maya Strand?
No, I rarely go to the museum these days.
What do you know about the conduit?
You mean like for electricity?
No, it's an organization. Pro AI.
Oh, never heard of them.
What can you tell me about Leonard's
Oh, God.
death?
I already told you everything I know about that.
What's your opinion on the Free Church of Epos?
I don't know much about it, but going to church doesn't sound like the worst idea. Maybe I should go and light a candle for Leonard.
Do you remember Leonard quoting a book?
He used to say this phrase every now and then. Not sure if it's from a book, though.
Aha.
What was the saying?
I don't remember exactly. Something about life and being human, I think. Sorry, might recognize it if I saw it.
Okay, so if I show
Look at
that.
these marked pages. Does anything remind you of things Leonard used to say?
Give me a minute, will you?
Sure.
And he found it?
Here. The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity. Leonard used to say that whenever I was late for work.
Perfect. Thanks.
No problem.
Hey! So book quote now becomes... Oh. The sole meaning of life... Oh. ...
I'll let you get back to your drink.
Okay, good luck out there.
You too. I don't know what it is he's drinking. A beer? Soda? Could be a fizzy thing. Right, so what we got now? We found out the quote. I suppose we can go and speak with Rolf, now that we know he's the brother. I'll actually be able to talk to him now.
Hello, Rolf.
Hey, look, I'm pretty busy here. Not really a good time to talk.
This can't wait. You heard about your brother, right?
It's a small town, what do you think?
Yes.
Sorry about your loss, but I really need to ask you some questions.
Fine.
Hey, let's quiz him about everything.
What do you know about the murder in the museum?
Nothing but the talk of the town. That Maya Strand was stabbed by some maniac.
What do you know about the conduit?
You know I'm a gardener, not an electrician, right?
That's not... Never mind.
Everybody seems to think about electricity.
I'm sorry, Rolf, but I have to ask you about your brother's death.
I know, and I wish I had something to give you, but I don't know what happened.
So you have no idea who'd want to kill Leonard?
It's gotta be the nutjob who killed those other people, right?
It's possible, but far from certain. When was the last time you talked to your brother?
A week and a half ago, or so.
Okay. How did he seem? What did you two discuss?
He was his usual self, but what we talked about is private.
Look, every little detail matters. What he said could be the key to finding his killer.
I'm not gonna betray his trust. If you want to arrest me, go ahead. But that's all I'm gonna say.
Keep forgetting to activate that too.
What can you tell me about the Church of Epos? I know for a fact that your brother was a member.
So? That's not a crime.
Come on, Rolf, work with me. Don't you want me to catch your brother's killer?
Yes, he was a member, but I'm not. I spent 10 years trying to get him out of that place.
Why would you do that?
Because he changed. He became this sullen, slow, serious fucking block of a person. He used to be so full of life, you know? I know he died just yesterday, but the Leonard I grew up with, he's been dead for a long time.
I understand, Rolf. Thanks for sharing.
Yes, before I go on with the quote.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is, the school teacher? She also calls herself Melinda.
Sure, I've seen her around, but that's pretty much it.
Okay.
What do you think of Walter?
He's kind of a loon, isn't he? And coming from me, that's saying a lot.
What's your opinion on Commissary Anderson?
One person that doesn't like
Chief
Walter.
of police, he's all right. He's actually fair, unlike some of his underlings.
How so? You think they're harassing you?
Abso-friggin-lutely. One little mistake, those guys start hounding you night and day.
Actually, he didn't say he hated Walter. He's just the only one that didn't say, "Oh, I love him. He's so funny," sort of thing.
What do you think of Stina Ruth?
I have no idea who that is.
Oh.
Did you know Maya Strand?
A bit. She approached me a few months back about refining edible plants into a nutrient paste. I helped her plant some quality fungi for it, in exchange for a cut of the harvest. Then she got herself killed, so I guess all of that was a waste of time.
That's a morbid way of looking at it.
I guess so. I'm sorry about what happened to her, but I still gotta eat.
Go raid her apartment. There's a bunch of mushrooms.
What do you think of Dr. Pearson?
Just sitting out waiting to be
I'm
eaten.
trying to stay far away from that wisecracking quack.
Quack?
You heard me. All I need in terms of medicine, I find in herbs and plants.
And Dr. Pearson doesn't take kindly to that?
He should mind his own business is all.
What kind of relationship did you have with your brother?
The sibling kind. We weren't enemies, if that's what you're asking. The rest is really none of your business.
He sounds like he's getting agitated.
What can you tell me about yourself, Rolf?
I'm not in the mood for small talk. Ask your questions so I can get back to work.
Well, at least he's, straight to the point. Right, we'll ask you about the quote.
The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity.
I don't believe this.
You have something for me, Rolf?
I guess so. You're the last person I was expecting. Was my brother a police informant?
Yeah. We were building a case, but that's all I'm at liberty to say.
Shit! That's crazy. Wait here, I'll be right back. Here, now go bury the bastard that killed my brother.
I'll do my very best.
Oh.
Got rid of the note. No need to hold on to that. Let's see here.